you open Task Manager, here we will see what are the programs utilizing more CPU, more memory, and more disk. Based on that, a useful application we will keep, otherwise we will end the task.
Right.
So if we see here, there are two tabs. One is process, another one is service.
Correct.
So what is this process? What is this service? Do you have any idea about what is this process?
Process is just whatever the programs are running in the computer, like if we have opened the Excel, Word, or like
Yes, correct.
Outlook, like those.
Absolutely.
Services.
So whatever the program you run in your computer, yeah, please go on.
No, actually, the services I don't know, but yeah, process is this only, I guess.
So in your computer, whatever the program you want to run, for example, you want to run Excel. So to open Excel, Excel is the shortcut for run command. So I open Excel here. That means in the background. So one program is running. That program you can see from details. Okay. Excel.exe is the program.
Okay.
Okay. So whatever the program you run in your computer, everything is ultimately exe file.
Okay.
Okay. If you open Google Chrome, that is also exe. If you open PowerPoint, that is also exe. If you open any browser, any application,
that will be
any task, any program, that is finally exe file, executable file, executable program. Okay. So that program, to run this exe file, we need a memory location. We need CPU resource, resources sharing. So memory, CPU, all these things we need. That entire cumulative approach, we call it as a process. Okay. So any program we run in the background is called as a process. So process definition is executing an instance of program. So any activity. So even SQL Server also, if you run, let me show you. Go to details. SQL Server exe. So any program you run in the background, that is exe file. To run exe file, you need resources. To allot resources, the cumulative approach, we call it as a process.
Okay.
So under process, we have executable code, space, and resources, CPU time, files, devices, network connections, all resources it will utilize.
Okay.
Okay. So this is process. To run this, see, this process is not, for example, if you want to run this Excel for 24 hours, I want to open this Excel program for 24 hours. So if there is any network blips, if there is any issues with computer, so I cannot monitor 24 hours by sitting in front of monitor.
Right.
Okay. So without any user interference, if you want to run a program, you need a service.
Okay.
Service is like vehicle. Okay. So let's assume this is a service, and whatever the exe file I need, for example, I need Excel. Excel.exe, I'll place in this service, I'll run it. So without user interference, so this service will take care of this Excel.exe. Okay. Services we use for automatic purpose, background purpose.
Okay.
Service is a type of application that runs in background, independent of user interaction. Okay.
Right.
So these two terminologies are very important for any software program, not only SQL Server. Okay, because so we run multiple instances of SQL Server in multiple computers. For example, so if you take HDFC Bank, throughout India, maybe they have more than 1,000 branches. Okay. These 1,000 branches have 1,000 SQL servers.
Right.
Let's assume they are using SQL servers.
Mm-hmm.
So for 1,000 SQL servers, 1,000 services running.
Huh.
So 24 hours SQL server should run. So 24 hours you cannot monitor as a user. So
Mm-hmm.
we create
Service.
1,000 services. So
Mm-hmm.
that service will take care of this SQL server.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is about process and service. Now let's come to 32-bit and 64-bit systems. So you heard of these terminologies?
Yes, yes, I heard.
Okay. According to you, what is 32-bit and what is 64-bit?
I don't have any idea on this actually. I just saw and yeah,
Okay.
heard,
So
but
olden days, every computer is 32-bit.
mm-hmm.
Nowadays, we are not seeing 32-bit operating
Mm-hmm.
systems.
Yes.
So if you open C drive,
Uh-huh.
this x86, have you observed anything like this
Mm-hmm.
earlier, x86?
Correct.
So
Earlier it
whatever
was
you
not there.
see,
Earlier it is not there, no?
no, earlier also x86 is available. x86 means 32-bit processors.
Okay, this is
So
86.
all the programs related to x86 is 32-bit programs.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
now you can see like x64. So whatever the software you download, any software,
Mm-hmm.
it will show you two options. One is x86, another thing is x64.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
x64 means 32, 64-bit operating system.
Okay, okay, okay.
Did you get any doubt here? x64 means 64-bit operating system. But why
This
should
is
we are showing x86 instead of x32?
don't no idea.
Okay. So basically 3264 means it is processing capacity.
Okay.
So this is not related to operating system. So
Okay.
operating system or any other program, which can compatible with that type of processor, we can call it as that program. For
Mm-hmm.
example, your program supports 64-bit processor, then we can call it as 64-bit program. Okay.
Okay.
So to understand this, what is exactly going on inside 32-bit operating systems and the 64-bit processor,
Uh-huh.
you need to know what is the measurement of sizes.
Okay.
Okay. So in computer language, for size we measure in generally nowadays we are measuring in gigabytes
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
terabytes. Okay.
Uh,
So what is the fundamental unit for this gigabytes and terabytes? If you see this, bit is the
Mm-hmm.
fundamental measurement.
Right.
Bit means either 0 or 1.
Hmm.
Okay. So either 0 or 1, anything is called as a bit.
Bit.
In the similar way, 8 bits considered as 1 byte.
Byte. 1 byte. Yeah.
Okay. So 1024 bytes
1 megabyte.
considered as 1
1 MB.
kilobyte.
Acha, sorry,
Kilo.
sorry, sorry. Right, right, right. Kilobyte. Yeah.
Okay. 1024 KB is
Ah,
1 MB.
right.
1024 MB is 1 GB.
Kilobyte.
1024 GB is
Terabyte.
1 TB. So
Mm-hmm.
when we started using computers, we were talking about KBs.
Uh-huh.
So in our 20s or 30s, we were started calling MBs.
Mm-hmm.
Now all the generation started speaking in GBs and TBs.
Okay.
Okay. So 1024 TB is called as petabyte PB. 1024 PB is called as zettabyte ZB.
Jet.
So this is the classification. Exabyte, sorry, exabyte, then zettabyte, then
Okay.
yottabyte.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Okay.
this bytes information, everything computer understands only binaries, right?
Binaries.
So everything computers understands 0,
0 and 1.
1 only,
Hmm.
binaries. To binary. For example, 10. So as per computer, 10 is understand like this. So 2 to the power of 5, what is the remainder? 0.
Hmm.
And again, 2 to the power of, okay, 2 to 4, remainder is 1.
Hmm.
Then 2 ones 2, remainder is 0.
Hmm.
Now 1 0 1 0 is binary of 10.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
any number you can convert into binary.
Binaries. Hmm.
So if you open convert number to binary, decimal to binary. We use decimal system, computer use binaries.
Binary.
So 10 is 1010.
Hmm.
11 is
1.
1011. 12 is 1100, like this.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So that explanation I have shown here. So
Hmm.
here, the main thing in 32-bit processor is, under 32-bit processor, you will get 32 memory location at the same time.
Okay.
Let's assume these are 32-bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, you will get 32 places to operate your program.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Okay.
this bit information, 0 or 1. So in each memory location, you can use either 0 or 1.
Okay.
So two possibilities for each
Mhm.
location.
Okay.
So how many locations is possible in 32-bit operator processor?
In 32.
32 locations. 32 locations, two possibilities.
Okay.
That means 2 to the power of 32. Number of possibilities are there for uh, your memory, main
Okay.
memory, RAM. So RAM is possible up to 2 to the power of 32.
32.
30 is 4 GB.
Okay.
Okay. If you calculate 2 to the power of 32,
Hmm.
2 to the power of
32.
32 is 4 GB.
Hmm.
Copy this. This is in bytes, I think,
But so yes.
divided by 1024 kilobytes, divided by 1024 megabytes, divided by 1024, 4 GB.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So under 32-bit processors, maximum RAM you can get is only 4 GB.
4 GB. Okay.
Up to 10 years ago, almost all computers, personal computers are 32-bit processors. So maximum RAM capacity was 4 GB only.
Okay.
Okay, to overcome this scenario,
Mm-hmm.
64-bit operating system, 64-bit processors introduced. So under 64-bit processor, there is no limit as of now. There is a limit, but we are not reaching up to that limit. So
Okay.
this is 32-bit processor. If you
Uh,
see 64-bit processor, okay, not only in GBs, TBs, PBs, so limit is 64 exabyte.
oh, okay. Okay.
So uh, maybe up to 1 TB or 2 TB is our capacity right now
Okay.
for
The
memory,
maximum
RAM,
is being
RAM.
utilized right now.
Yeah. So in next 10 years also, maybe we may not reach this uh, capacity.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So all computers, all programs nowadays are designing 64-bit processors.
Okay.
So, but why this x86 instead of x32? This is not related to any technical discussion.
Hmm.
Actually, X means that is company name.
X is the company.
Let me show you. Just a minute. I'm changing my settings. So x86 means originally the term x86 referred a family of processors. Intel G8086 was the processor family. Okay. So from 8086, they took 86 as a shortcut. So then they given term of x86, X means extended. X stands for extended version. Okay. So whenever next version comes, they are using X90 like that. So x86 was the coined name, not related to this bit processor, 32-bit processor.
Okay.
Okay. Then next generation, whenever x64 came, 64-bit processor came, they used x64. That's it.
This generally they have just given that x86.
Correct. These are the basic shortcuts. We use Windows operating system. So I'll give you this presentation also. Please practice these shortcuts.
Sure.
Maybe you know most of them because you are already working. But if you miss any shortcut, try to practice that. It will be very helpful in operating.
Okay, sure. Sure.
Okay. So Windows tab, Windows A,
Windows
D.
tab, Windows,
I'll discuss
Windows
a few
L.
important shortcuts. Yeah. So
These
all
three,
these
four
things
means
you
actually.
know already. Yeah, we regularly use this.
Right.
Let me show you a different shortcut. All these things you know. Okay. So we can use in modern operating system, we can use virtual desktops. Do you know that?
Yes.
So yeah. So Windows Control D. This is one desktop. If you press Windows Control D, Windows button Control D, you can create another desktop.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to navigate through desktops, so this is a different desktop. See, I don't have any thing here.
Right.
See, if you click Windows tab, you can see all the desktops available. So this is first desktop we are using. All programs are here, and this is second desktop. Just a minute. This is second desktop. So you can use multiple desktop at a time. For example, you are working in important work in your computer and your kids came. They want to do some operation in your computer. So you can create another desktop. There they can do their work without disturbing your tabs. Okay. So then through navigate this through this virtual desktop, you can use arrow buttons. To close this virtual desktop, you can use Control F4 with Windows. Okay. To open Windows utility tools, so you can Windows X, I think. Yes, Windows X. If you click on Windows X, you can open all the administrative Windows tools. So
Windows
power
X.
options, Windows X,
Okay.
device manager.
Okay.
Okay. So under device manager, you can see all the drivers, all the hardware things. All the hardwares and relative drivers you can see from device manager. So Windows X is the shortcut for that. Task manager, apps and features, everything. Okay. So whenever you are working through browsers, you can click Windows D to select this address bar. Alt D. Okay.
Windows
And
D.
shift Alt D. Alt D.
Oh, sorry. Alt D. Okay.
So there are so many system shortcuts available for computer operating system. So some of them are with extension MSC, and .cpm. So if you go to, for example, if you want to open applications, you want to remove some application, you can use this app widget.cpm. Okay. So it will show you all the removable programs, applications in your computer. So this app which.cpl is extended with .cpl. For example, you want to change your time date .cpl. Date time. Time date.
Change small letters.
Time date.cpl. So this is also again extension of .cpl. Okay. So all these CPL and MSC shortcuts you can see from this folder. So if you open command prompt, you know how to operate command prompt.
Right? A little bit.
Okay. So if you want to go to some location, use CD, change directory.
Change directory.
C colon Windows is the folder system 32. So if you go to this folder, so dir is the command to see the directory list. There are so many directories in it. Okay. CLS is the command to clear the screen. So dir space star.cpl. So whatever extension have CPL, those commands will show here. So app bij.cpl, time date.cpl. Okay. If you want to control any gaming operating system, gaming joy control, joy.cpl, desk cpl. So the ncpa cpl for network connections, ncpa.cpl. All these are shortcuts. Okay, so in the same way, we have .msc also.
This is for?
This is like, for example, you want to open any users list and you want to create a user in your computer. Okay. You can use LUSRMG or MSC. Okay. So you want to see performance monitor perfmon.msc. Let me open user management, LUSRMGR.msc. All these are shortcuts. You can create user, you can delete user from here. Okay. So wf.msc Windows firewalls. Let me open wf.msc. Windows firewall settings. Okay. So these are shortcuts for Windows tools for better operating system navigation. In the same way, SQL Server also can be opened from this shortcut. Okay. So all these are shortcuts because they exist in system32 file folder. This system32 folder is included in environmental variables. Do you know what is environmental variables?
No.
Okay. So if you open this PC properties, so go to advanced system settings. Here you can see one tab, environment variables.
Okay. So this is for?
So this is for any program you install in your computer. You want to run it as a shortcut. Okay. You need to include that executable program path here. For example, go to path, open this, double click. So whatever for example, Python 312, I have given here. So if I given the path of Python program here, then I can open command prompt. I can use directly Python from here.
Okay.
So now from here it is Python.
Okay.
Shortcut for the program. Okay. If you want to execute the program, for example, I want to open user control. LUSRMGRMSC. If I want to open this shortcut, actually this is a program. See system 32, under system 32, this shortcut is there. I mean, this exe is there. So whatever the shortcuts you given in this path folder, all this works as a shortcuts for operating system. So SSMS. So when I give an SSMS under this run command, so now it will open SQL Server Management Studio because I already given this path. This is the SSMS path. So you can create shortcut for any exe file.
Okay.
Okay, wherever the exe originally located, that exe file path you need to provide here.
So this is basically that path that we are giving while installation of any program or application.
Correct, exactly. So this is about environment variables.
Okay.
So that's it. About computer basics we need to discuss that is required for SQL Server. Now let's come to SQL Server installation. Today we will install SQL Server. I'll give you this recording. Try to install in your local computer.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
So any application if you want to install, we have some installation basics. We need hardware. Hardware means basically here it is CPU processor. Okay. On top of processor, we install operating system. Okay, this red one, just assume this is a processor. On top of this green one, we install operating system. On top of operating system, whatever application you need, you can install.
Okay.
So in any application, there are some hardware and software requirements. So for SQL Server also, there are some compatibility requirements for each version. So before installing SQL Server, you need to refer the document and what are the hardware requirements, which type of processor it requires, what is the minimum memory support, and what are the other hardware requirements and software requirements. Based on that, we need to install that application.
Okay.
So about processors, yesterday we discussed. Okay. So these are operating systems, Windows Server operating systems, user operating systems. Let's come to SQL Server installation. First terminology you need to know is instance. Okay. So instance, technically we can call it as a collection of memory structures and background processors. You know memory structure, right? Memory means RAM. So if you open a program, so it need memory location. So memory structures it will create. Okay. Then you know process, right? What is process? What is process? An executable program running in your computer. Okay. So collection of background process and memory structures is called as instance. Instance is nothing but DBMS, database management software or service, anything. DBMS. Okay. So in your mobile, how many times you can install WhatsApp?
I guess two instances of WhatsApp.
Actually, one. You can clone that app once installed.
Right. That another.
Right. So any software, for example, VLC player, any media player, any your software. So maximum we can install only one time in our computer.
Okay.
Right. So, but SQL Server, you can install 50 times same software.
Okay.
Each time you install, the copy of application is called as an instance.
Okay.
So generally computer, we call it as a server. In the server, each time you instance a copy of SQL Server, that is called as instance. Okay. So how to download SQL Server? Go to website, type SQL Server 2022 download. because 2022 is latest version now, available latest version. Click on this Microsoft site. This is Microsoft product. Okay, remember these three coloring code. So whatever the new SQL Server version releases, everything will be maintained only this site.
Okay.
So we go to developer edition. So there are multiple editions. We will discuss about editions later.
Okay.
Now we are downloading developer edition. It is free edition.
Okay.
Download now.
Okay.
Okay. So it is the installer, not setup file. You click on this, you can download setup file.
Okay.
So go to download media.
Mm-hmm.
You can download ISO file, provide any location. So right now it is in downloads. Okay, click on download.
Okay.
So the setup file will be downloaded to your local computer.
Mm-hmm.
So let it complete this. We will discuss further topics.
Okay, sure.
So each time you install a copy of application in your computer, that is called as instance. Instance is nothing but DBMS, database management software.
Okay.
That is mediator between user and database.
That's right.
Okay. So this is about instance. Now come to service account. Another important thing you need to know before installing SQL Server is service account.
Okay.
So what is service account? Any idea? Any guess?
Service account is just like user accounts or means anything else? Like that
So
accounts what we are
technically it is a user account only.
Okay.
Technically it is a user account only.
Mm-hmm.
But practically we use that as a no-man account. That is not a human account. Okay. For example, if I give you are employee in XYZ company, so whenever you joined, an account will be created on your name. ABC is your service account. I mean your user account. Okay. So whenever you resign, they will delete that account, right?
Correct.
So for example, you joined in a company, they have given you an account ABC. So you are using that account to run SQL Server, and you resigned from that company. We cannot delete SQL Server, right? As because of the reason you resigned from company.
Right, we can't.
So no user account should run SQL Server. It should be a service account. That means that is not user account.
Right.
Okay. So many users will come and go, but this account will not be modified. It is permanent.
Okay.
So basically this service account created for, so you know process, right? What is process?
Process.
Process.
Process, yes, means like
An executable program. Okay.
yeah,
This program will be run by placing in service. Right? We create service. Service is a vehicle. This is a actual program.
Right.
To run this service, we need service account. Okay. If you open task manager, services, run command, services .msc is the command. You can use command also. Services.msc. Otherwise, you can search services. So it can give you that application. So these are the services available in your computer.
Okay. Oh.
All these are service. Anything, any background program running in your computer needs service account. I mean service. So I am opening SQL servers. These are SQL Server services.
Means for any program need a service.
Sorry.
For any program, we need a service
Yes.
to be there.
Just a minute. Sorry. So any program you want to run it as background without user interaction. So you need
Service.
service.
Yeah, right. And for that
Okay.
service to be there, we need service accounts. That's right.
Yeah, to run that service, we need
Ah,
service account.
yeah.
These are service accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Inbuilt, we have some service account. So Microsoft will provide us SQL service accounts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So local system is one type of service account. This is an inbuilt tool.
Mm-hmm.
Network service is one Microsoft inbuilt service account.
Okay.
Then NT service is one type of service account.
Mm-hmm.
So these are service account. Service account is nothing but your personal assistant.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So
To manage or monitor the service or like that.
correct. So you went to an apartment gated community. Okay. So you need one maid in your house.
Mm-hmm.
So you have two options.
Okay.
One, you can carry your own maid.
Right.
He is exclusively for you. He will work only on your house 24/7. Otherwise, you cannot pay that much of, you cannot offer that much of luxury.
Mm-hmm.
You can rent a maid for 2 hours or 1 hour per day. Whoever already working in that existing apartment. Right?
Right.
So Microsoft inbuilt service accounts are working for all other programs also. This local system. See, local system is shared by many programs.
Yes.
Network service is shared by many programs. So this type of service accounts will share other programs. I mean, the service accounts will be shared by all programs. Local, I mean, built-in service accounts.
Okay.
If you want exclusive service account,
Mm-hmm.
that means it only works for you. You need to create your own service account.
Okay.
Okay, servants are two types. Exclusive servants for you, you are paying them more, or you are sharing some other servant.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get the difference?
Yes. Means the sharing one is this the built-in, which means whatever will be coming from Microsoft side.
So yes. So who is more productive according to you?
Own
Built-in
service.
or your own service account?
More productive
Absolutely.
will be
So
for
own
us
service
is our own
account is,
service.
yeah, productive wise. Correct. Productive wise, own service account is more beneficial.
Yeah.
Okay, because it will not share our work with any other program.
Correct.
Okay, so service account basically is a special type of account used to run services, processes, or automated tasks in operating system. Okay, unlike user accounts, they are non-interactive and have specific permissions tailored specifically for the task of the program.
Right.
So that is about service account. There are local accounts. Okay, types of service accounts: local accounts, local service, network service. These three are types of local service accounts, inbuilt service accounts. Then for SQL Server, they started giving inbuilt service account. It is also shared 2008 onwards, I think. Okay, 2012 onwards, even though you choose inbuilt service account, that is dedicated for that instance. So before 2012, whenever you choose service account, that will be sharing with other programs. Okay. But after 2012, even though you choose inbuilt service account also, that is instance. Okay. That is about service accounts. Now let's come to installation. Setup file is downloaded. Go to download location. Okay, this is the file. I'm copying this. Go to C drive. So I have a folder called media. Under media, I am pasting it. So I'm extracting.
Do we need to copy this? Do we need to copy this ISO inside C only, or anywhere we can see?
Anywhere you can copy.
Okay.
But root file by default it will go to C drive. If you want to change the location, you can change.
Okay.
Right click, and so I have WinRAR application in my computer. That is why it is asking for extraction. Otherwise, ISO file you can mount directly to the computer. Right click, it will show you mount option. Now it is not showing because I have WinRAR application installed. So I am extracting this. Extract here. Okay. I should have extracted this to a different folder.
Okay.
All came here. Let me delete this. Just a minute. So today date 28/1. How can we identify all this? Let me delete this one. Uninstall, not this one. Media install. Auto run setup bush. Okay, we'll do like this. Let me copy this one more time. Go to downloads. I'm copying this file. Okay, I'll take another location. Why to confuse you? I'm creating a new folder. SQL 2022. So I'm extracting this. Extract files. So this is the folder with all setup files. Open this folder. You have setup.exe. Right click on this. Run as administrator.
Okay.
So whenever you execute a program, if you are administrator of that computer, it is best option to choose run as administrator, because it might deal with some permissions. If you are administrator, there won't be any issues coming while installing. Okay. So this is the setup file. We open setup file, click on run as administrator. Okay. Soon after clicking run as administrator, it will open like this.
Okay.
So we call it as a SQL Server Installation Center. Okay. If you want to know hardware and software requirements, these are the documentation. So everything is documented here. This comes under planning. For installation, you need to choose installation. Here, first thing, new SQL Server standalone installation. I'm clicking on this. Okay, already it is running. Close.
Setup is already running. It is showing. So
No, previous one. Now it will work. See, after clicking on new SQL Server standalone installation, so it will open. Setup, SQL Server setup. So it will check if there are any updates to be installed. Click on next.
So we need to uncheck that option.
Not required actually in reality. So in production, there are two types of environments: testing environments, production environments. Okay. So production environment, everything is already documented. You should follow the document.
Okay.
If it is in the production environment document, it is checked, you need to check. It is unchecked, you need to uncheck. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. As a standard practice, if you want, this is operating system level update. So I unchecked this. If you want operating system Microsoft update, you can check this.
This means it
Okay.
is less like
So
those when we are installing the Windows, it asks that whether you need Windows update, check for updates, that option. Huh?
yes, yes,
So
correct.
usually while in the
Correct.
pirated copy, we usually
So
uncheck that.
yes, correct. This is not pirated copy actually. This is
No,
official
no, I
copy
thought
only.
like it's like
For
that.
correct. So click on next.
It's up to user whether he want those update or not.
Correct.
Okay.
In this entire setup, you need to remember only four things. One is feature selection.
Okay.
What are the features you want in SQL Server? Okay. Configuration, database configuration,
Okay.
instance configuration. Let me show you once it completes.
Yes.
FIST, feature selection, instance configuration, server configuration, database configuration.
So,
So these are the important in SQL Server setup. Other than this 4 tab, nothing is there. Just next.
okay.
So it is
So that
installing setup files.
those instance configuration server, those are on some other page. In this only that feature selection is there.
In this only.
Okay.
So step by step, it will show you.
Okay.
So it is asking 2 type of options. One is add feature to existing SQL Server. First one is perform a new installation. So I already installed this many of times in my computer. So how many times you can install this SQL Server?
50 you told.
50 times.
Right.
Okay. So each time you install, a fresh instance will be created. This is one instance. This is one instance, like this. So now we are performing another new installation.
Okay.
Click on next. Edition. So there are multiple edition. We are choosing developer edition. Developer edition is equal to enterprise edition.
Okay.
100% free. Okay. So we will discuss about all these in depth in next classes. Click on next. License and terms. Accept this. Click on next. Azure extension is a new feature introduced in 2019. Okay. If you want to connect this on-prem with Azure, you can click on this. Right now, I am unchecking this option. Here, our first task will come. Feature selection. There are multiple features in SQL Server. So what are the features you want to access? So in introduction, I told you we are dealing with only database services.
Right.
So database engine services is required.
Okay.
So in new version, except database engine services, nothing is required. In older versions, we need to choose data quality client also, integration service also. Nowadays, from 2022, you only need database engine service.
Okay. Only this single.
Okay. Yeah. If you want other features, we will discuss in future. So there is poly-based data quality services, full text, all these features, analysis services, SSAS. Okay. So we deal with only SSDS, database engine services.
Okay.
Click on next. Now see, after selecting feature, you will
Those
get
options
instance
are
configuration,
right,
server
right.
configuration, database name configuration.
Yeah, earlier it's not there.
Yes, instance name.
Okay.
So how many times we can install this application?
50 times.
So out of 50 times, one time you can give it name.
Okay.
I mean, one time you need not to give name. By default, it will choose name. By default, it will choose computer name as a server name. I mean, instance name. Okay. Remaining 49 times, if you want to install this instance, you need to provide an instance name.
Okay.
So you are naming 49 times instance. So that is why we call it as named instance. If we don't name any instance, that is called as default instance.
Okay.
So one time you can left it as default, it will pick computer name as an instance name. Other 49 times, otherwise 50 times. You need not to choose default instance also. 50 times you can name it. We call it named instances. Did you get it?
So means out 49 times we have to provide or 50 times
If
will
we name, if you don't want to wish to install default instance, you can provide 50 times name.
Acha, acha. Okay, okay. So
That
for
is
that,
your choice.
okay, so for that single instance
There is
also we can
an option. Yeah, there is an option. If you
Okay.
don't want to give a name, by default, one time it will pick computer name.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, that is called as default instance. If you don't want to use default instance, you can name instance each
50
time
times.
up to 50 times.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay,
Got
so
it.
here I already installed default instances. So default instance name comes like this MS SQL Server.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so now default instance, no need to give any name. Automatically it will pick up computer name. Okay, named instance, you need to provide name.
Okay.
So this is SQL Server 2022. This is batch 34 for me. So I am giving this name.
Okay. Fine.
By default, name will be chosen as a instance ID. See this. Okay. So whatever the name you provide here,
That
it will take as an instance ID. If you don't want to use the same name, you can change this.
Okay, okay, okay.
Click on next. So instance configuration completed. Only naming provide is instance configuration. Then server configuration. Okay. So here you need to provide service account details.
Okay.
Service accounts are two types. One is built-in accounts. Another one is your own account. You can create your own service account.
Dedicated.
Right now, we are not talking about any own service accounts. So we are choosing built-in accounts only. So by default, SQL Server is providing service account for this. This is the service account name. Okay. So there are two applications here in service account. I mean, SQL Server. One is agent. Another one is database. For both, it chosen different type of service accounts. This is one type of service account. This is another type of service account. Okay. So password not required because this is a built-in service. If you are creating your own service account, you need to provide password.
Right.
So startup type, do you want it automatic or manual? I am choosing automatic. So click on this button. Why to click on this button? We will discuss later. Collation means language settings. So if you want to use case insensitive CI, okay, Latin one general means English language.
Okay.
So you can choose different type of languages. There are multiple languages available. Even we can choose Hindi also.
Okay.
Ukrainian, Swedish. Okay. Romanian, Polish,
Okay.
Latin one general. All Latin one general is English.
English.
So there are multiple language settings available. Default collation setting is this one.
Okay.
So we are not touching this.
Mm-hmm.
So just we selected one feature and named the instance.
Correct.
And servers configuration also we didn't do much. Just clicked on this option. Okay, click on next.
And that
Database engine configuration. Pardon?
And that you changed that manual to automatic, that we need to do means set as automatic only,
Yeah.
or
It is okay. Automatic manual means whenever you start your computer,
correct, yeah.
do you want this service start automatically or not?
Okay, fine.
If it didn't start automatically, you can manually also start.
Yes,
That is not, yeah. So it will not affect right now. So in future, we will discuss about that thing.
Okay.
Click on next. Now let's come to database engine configuration. Here there are two types of authentication modes available. Authentication modes are, security issues. So who want to enter into your SQL server? So if you are already logged in your computer operating system, so this operating system belongs to Microsoft and SQL server also belongs to Microsoft. So you need not to provide if you are already logged into computer. That is Windows authentication. Because you already entered into your computer Windows operating system, the same credentials will be used.
Okay.
So you don't have Windows credentials. You want to directly enter into SQL Server, you need SQL authentication.
Mixed mode. Okay.
So for SQL authentication, you need to provide ID and password.
Okay.
For Windows authentication, no need of password because you already entered into that computer.
It will use Windows.
So I'm choosing Windows authentication. Yes. So I'm choosing Windows authentication mode here. And who is the user? So whenever we are installing, right? So one user should be owner of this application. Who is the owner of this application? So I am choosing current user. Click on this, add current user. So current user is GHK Hari. So if you want to use another user, you can click on add and you can, you know how to add users, right? So you can search a name, username, then automatically it will come. If automatically it will not showing, go to advanced, go to find now. These are the user list, whatever the user. For example, let me choose another user. That is Ashok. Click on OK. He's another user. So I am adding another user also. Okay. So we can use as many as users, but all these users are owners. So owner should be only one. Multiple users not recommended here.
Okay.
Okay. So all other options, leave it as default. We will discuss in the future. Just we selected one feature, instance configuration name given, server configuration, nothing we have done. Database engine configuration, just added a user. That's it. Okay. So everything is completed. Click on install. Let it complete. We will check what are the rest of the things we have missed here.
Okay.
That's it. Everything is covered. So this is SQL Server. We installed SQL Server. To see what is inside SQL Server is going on, we need a monitor tool, that is SSMS. Okay. Not monitor tool. So it is like monitor
service
SQL
kind
Server.
of.
Okay, that is It is a tool, yes. To operate SQL Server, we need that tool.
Okay.
SQL Server, we can operate from multiple tools. One of the best inbuilt tool is, not inbuilt nowadays, Microsoft own tool is SQL Server Management Studio. That is SSMS. Management Studio.
Okay.
So you can download it from internet.
Mm-hmm.
SSMS download, just type that word.
Okay. Okay.
So download SQL Server Management Studio, click on this.
Mm-hmm.
So download SSMS. So this is the latest version. Click on this, automatically file will be downloaded. So after downloading this, you can right click, just run as administrator, click on install. Automatically it will install. It is a just tool.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have done all the configuration perfectly, you will get success message. If you did any mistakes, you will get failure.
Okay.
So if possible by tomorrow, please install the SQL Server in your computer. I'll upload this video and share it with you.
Sure.
So once you installed this, we will discuss further topics.
And
Setup is complete. See, it is succeeded. Okay. After succeeding this, you can. I already have a copy of installation of SSMS. I am opening this.
Mm-hmm.
So under search option, Microsoft SQL Server tools, SQL Server Management Studio is there. You can right click on this and pin to start. It is the SQL Server Management Studio. Right click, run as administrator or run as administrator. So I am opening SSMS.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the instance name we have given for this SQL Server?
That is
SQL Server 2022 batch 34.
34.
Okay. So if you don't remember that name, drill down here, go to browse for more, go to database engine. So you can see all the instance names. This one is the latest installed SQL Server version. Trust server certificate, click on this option, connect.
Okay.
So now whatever you have installed, that is connected here.
Okay.
So this is SSMS. So these are the list of databases. You don't have any databases right now. So we have some system databases. These are system database. This is database icon. Okay. Databases security. This is instance name and the version number. This is 16 means 2022.
Okay.
By seeing this number, we can tell which version it is installed.
So 16 is for 2022.
2022.
Okay.
Remember this as a base for you, 2022. So before 2022, 2019 was there. So one number, if you decrease, 15 is for 2019.
Okay, okay, sure.
So 2025 will be released. That number will be 17. Now 2022 is latest one. Next 2025 announced. So if 2025 will be released, then that number will be 17, version number.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about that. Just install SQL Server, open it in SSMS. Up to now is sufficient. Let me stop the recording.
Okay.